Recently, as Shiba Inu was undergoing a course of correction, there is a hint of doubt. Analyst signals are decreasing. The Shiba Inu is undergoing a total reset. Some big news is on the horizon for Coinbase. Shiba Inu might reach new heights as a result of this. Still, a lot of people are curious. Days have gone by with no sound at all. What the fuck is happening and what am I even talking about? Okay, allow me to elaborate. Here you can find your daily dose of Shiba, wealthy coins. If Shiba is something that piques your interest, you have come to the right place. Subscribe if you want to know what's happening in the cryptocurrency market and get the most up-to-date news predictions. Make sure you hit the like button to get more Shiba news. Some rates may have changed by the time you see this video. You won't find any financial guidance in this video. Those who own Shiba Inu are still waiting for the day they can finally relax. The budget is still deficit. Another issue is that, despite attempts to surge higher, it is still stuck in this difficult phase. The charts also don't point to a strong comeback. Rather, they show signs of hesitation. The Shiba Inu appears to be climbing a hill but keeps falling back down before reaching the top. Investors are nonetheless on edge despite the price fluctuation. Some people are opting to sell their jobs due to the overwhelming dread. The bears are spreading an atmosphere of animosity as they make their way out of the woods. According to one specialist, Shiba Inu are now in a peculiar and unclear situation due to this type of pricing behavior. According to him, looking at the price chart doesn't reveal anything promising. The one positive aspect: we will not see this downward trend persist forever. Shiba Inu will be able to traverse this challenging location more quickly if it makes good time. Still, things are shaky right now, and worrying patterns are cropping up in the data as Bitcoin values keep falling. The Shiba Inu is no exception to this rule. Lately, a death cross was almost created, which usually means that there will be greater negative momentum in the future. Given that this is happening on a daily basis, the consequences can linger for quite a while. The value of Shiba Inu has dropped dramatically as of late, and that's before the death cross has even fully matured. It is possible that the market is already pricing in a larger drop before it happens. Fortunately, when this pattern does appear, it might not signal the start of a bigger collapse. Indeed, it could be a precursor to the end of this declining trend. Presently, there is a dearth of potential results. Shiba Inu is either going downhill fast or the next big level of support is going to be far lower than where it is now. Alternatively, it trades back and forth between two price levels in a small range until a breakthrough happens. What happens next will dictate how things play out. But hang tight, because Shiba Inu might be in for some good news soon. I know it sounds scary, but this price cut might end up being a good thing. Perhaps this is not a portent of impending doom, rather the long-awaited opportunity for a fresh start. The Shiba Inu, says one expert, has now reached a level that might lay the groundwork for a real price recovery. According to how prices have been moving since the death cross, a bottom might be around the corner. Even a pattern that could signal a turning point, according to traders, is starting to take shape. Take a step back and assess the big picture before you get overly excited. Shiba Inu's critical support level is encouraging, to say the least. But for there to be a real rebound, there has to be more buying pressure. The market appears to be volatile right now, and a recovery could be lackluster unless bulls exert strong pressure. Because of this, vigilance is key. Until the market finds its bearings, Shiba Inu's next big move is anybody's guess. But I bet you're curious about the actual events unfolding. Shiba Inu have been dragged down by this drop for days. The onus is on whom? Shiba Inu and the rest of the cryptocurrency market usually follow Bitcoin when it falls. At this point, the action really begins to heat up. There is not a single analyst who is worried. Despite the present pessimism, he is certain that Bitcoin's price will skyrocket to around 500,000 soon. He asserts that the market's clientele has seen a dramatic transformation. It mostly consisted of retail traders prior to the entrance of hedge funds. Governments and financial institutions are now getting involved. Perhaps a sizable investment is about to be made by some serious, long-term investors. If that happens, it might shake up the entire Bitcoin market. For Shiba Inu, what does this mean? When high-profile investors keep pouring money into the market and Bitcoin starts to recover, market confidence could grow. That being the case, Shiba Inu might finally find its footing again. But for the moment, it's best to stay patient because details are still vague. Now we get to the hard part. Shiba Inu may benefit greatly from some incredible new information. Rumor has it that one of the biggest traditional market indices is considering adding Coinbase to its portfolio soon. And if that happens, it might shake up the entire Bitcoin market. But according to one expert, there's plenty of room for it to climb even higher. He is expecting even more growth from Coinbase soon, thus he just increased his price objective. Considering this, it's highly probable that Coinbase will be included in a significant stock market index this year. A company needs to have shown consistent profits for the past year and have a US headquarters worth over tens of billions of dollars to qualify. Guess what? Coinbase satisfies all of those requirements. This has the potential to attract a large number of new investors to the Bitcoin market. Respected organizations that would not have considered Bitcoin before. This one thing alone might be a huge deal for Shiba Inu and give them the will to succeed. Would a major stock market index be wise to incorporate Coinbase? It would lead to more exposure for cryptocurrencies among traditional investors, huge institutions, hedge funds, and even ordinary stock traders who might not have considered it before. Additionally, when fresh capital starts flooding into the site, Shiba Inu and other assets listed on Coinbase might be the first to feel the effects. That is of utmost importance at this time. Numerous Shiba Inu owners have already made use of Coinbase. If Coinbase attracts a large number of new stock market participants, it might boost interest in meme currencies, since it is one of the most popular platforms for buying and selling Shiba Inus. Now we get to the hard part. No ordinary meme can compare to a Shiba Inu meme coin. With a solid community, real-world applications, and an enthusiastic fan base, it's sure to go far. When newcomers to the cryptocurrency sector start looking into Coinbase, they are likely to come across Shiba Inus. The low barrier to entry, active community, and consistent rise of cryptocurrencies may make them an attractive option for people looking to experiment. With sufficient fresh capital, it has the potential to generate considerable momentum, potentially propelling the Shiba Inu price to levels not witnessed for quite some time. Even while this seems like a Coinbase story at first, it might have huge ramifications for Shiba Inus. If traditional market investors start putting their money into cryptocurrency, Shiba Inus might end up among the biggest beneficiaries. Things start to go crazy at this point. Throughout this entire ordeal, Kusama has been completely absent. Recently, there has been zero news, zero updates, zero partnerships, etc. Also, with the market being so unpredictable, you would think that developers would be stepping up to the plate, reassuring the community, and keeping everyone informed. Quietness in its place. People are guessing a lot about this. Difficult inquiries are being voiced. Were they gone? Were Shiba Inus no longer considered? With prices down and worry starting to creep in, the team needs to stand up now more than ever. But they're being extremely silent, which is increasing everyone's anxiety. But hold on a second, what if this quietness is actually significant? Suppose they're secretly developing something monumental. Did they just announce that huge alliance when no one was expecting it? Or are they gearing up for another shocking development? Is it an innovative collaboration or a game-changing product? This might be the calm before the storm if that's the case. On the plus side, Shiba Inu prices have been known to skyrocket in response to major news stories, potentially setting new records. We need to remain vigilant because, of course, everything is speculation right now. We might be in for a wild ride if the devs have something in mind. But there is one constant in the Shiba Inu community: uncertainty. Even after all that has been lost, the Shiba Inu